Hey, Tony.
Hello?
Hey,
Hello.
Tony is calling from St. Louis, which I've been to twice. Great, very nice city.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello. Can you hear us?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Hi. We can hear you too.
Hi.
What's up?
I'm just really just want to speak on the fact that if you look at all religions, they have some type of code, law, or way in which one conduct him or herself.
Hmm.
But as I have seen that the atheist platform has tended to really been open doors for people just to, hey, I'm just going to do what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? For instance, we're going to speak on a topic that's starting to be touchy for even people with religion, like homosexual activity.
Hmm.
It's looking at it at the face of it is just unnatural. I'm saying it's really, you know what I'm saying, if you just think about it, even with animals, dogs, they will sniff and see if it's a female. Now, you look at homosexual activity
Just a sec. You do know that you can't. No, this is going to be a conversation, not a rant. Okay, that's how the show
I'm
works.
not doing a rant, but I'm trying to go on with my
No. We're going to talk back and forth to each other, and if you want to just go on uninterrupted for 5 minutes, I'm going to have to hang up. Okay. You do know that there is homosexuality in animals, right?
Yes, it's over 300 different animals, but that's not the point I was going on to make. Okay, are you homosexual?
No.
I am.
Okay, I know you are, Jane, because I listened to the show. Now, okay, since you're not homosexual, since it's all cool and good, why don't you try it?
Why don't I try what?
No, not
Me?
you, Gene. I'm speaking to the other. Yeah, why don't you try it?
I happen to not be interested.
Why-
I mean,
yeah,
I have a lot of
why
gay
would it-
friends, and I like them very much, but
okay,
you
no, I'm
cannot
talking about
control
you.
what you're attracted to.
No. You can't control it. See, you control it with discipline.
No, that's not how this works.
So wait, are you saying I should discipline myself to be more gay?
No, I'm saying no. This you making things up. I'm saying what you should do, since you're saying that it's not unnatural, that it's something natural for. Because just think about it, okay, all of us homosexual. If everybody was homosexual, well, we wouldn't produce. We wouldn't even.
Wait a
have this
minute.
conversation 'cause we
There's
were down for
nothing.
100
There's
years.
nothing about being gay that prohibits you from having children.
Okay, so two women can have children. Are you serious? Two men can have children.
That's not.
No.
That's not how it happens. You absolutely know nothing about this.
Jon Snow.
You're not making sense. So how can two women have children? How can two
Well,
men
you go-
come off
She
all
didn't
this
say
and-
two women
I
can have
didn't.
children.
I didn't say
dude.
two women can have children. I said there's nothing about being gay that limits your fertility. So
Okay,
if
but
two
I'm
women
saying,
want to
listen,
have
I'm
a
talking about the natural
child,
way.
okay, I'm
I
gonna
said
break
the
it down for you.
natural way.
Okay, I'm gonna break it down for you. I'm gonna make it really simple for you to understand. Okay, so one woman and another woman fall in love and decide they want to have a baby. So what they do is they call Fairfax Cryobank and they order the sperm, and then they have the sperm shipped to a local cryobank. And then when the one woman who's going to carry the baby, or maybe they're each going to carry a baby, then when they're ovulating, they go over and pick up the sperm. And then they bring it over to the doctor where they do the insemination, or if they're going to do it at home, they can do it at home. Okay? It's
say
not
we
that
didn't have-
complicated.
Right,
Okay,
but
say we
also,
didn't
I
have
mean,
it. So it's okay. Say we didn't have that process, right? This is science. If we didn't have that process, so we would be extinct if homosexuality.
wouldn't.
Okay, I said if we.
No,
didn't
we
have that
wouldn't. There's
process-
nothing that says that a lesbian can't go to a male friend and say, "Hey, can you jizz in a cup for me?" And
let me
once
ask you
again-
something, sir.
once again,
How
it's a-
many
once
kids?
again, it's a-
Hang on. How many kids do you have?
I have 3.
Okay. How long have you been married?
About 8 years.
So let's see, at about one a year, give or take, that means that you have missed out on having 5 more kids. Have you had any sex in between those times?
No.
What?
No.
no.
Well, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get personal.
I did, but I'm trying to see. I'm not understanding your point.
I'm just saying, do you feel guilty about all the additional children that you could have had in between?
No. Okay, that's not the point that I'm making.
Well, I mean, don't you agree then that people are not obligated to have like a constant number of children throughout their lives? And is it okay with you if some people don't have any? Like, what's the problem? Why does that upset you?
Yes, I agree. It don't upset me. I got homosexual friends, and they even agree if we all just become homosexuals, not all this insemination stuff.
Are they going to make you? Wait. Who said anything about making everyone homosexual?
Yeah.
Are you afraid that you're going to get gay?
No, I'm giving an example.
Okay.
Even a homosexual.
But it's a dumb example because we don't have a problem with people not having enough kids. In case you haven't noticed, the population of the Earth has been growing like exponentially because that's how population works. So, I mean, are you afraid that people will stop having kids entirely?
No, see, I knew y'all was going to try to say the first thing that y'all try to do is say, oh, a person got homophobia because they don't agree with
Nobody's accused you of having homophobia.
No, I didn't.
I'm just saying.
No one has even brought that up. We're just trying to get to the point of, why are you obsessing about how many kids people can have?
That ain't what I'm obsessed. I never said I'm obsessed about that. That's you making an accusation.
You're the one who brought it up.
No, my point, listen, this is my point, that homosexual activity is unnatural. It's unnatural for men.
It's not unnatural for me.
Driving in cars is unnatural. Yeah. So what?
Okay, I'm saying, listen, if a man gets feces on his penis, it's unnatural. It's unnatural for two.
I don't see how.
That's why you won't try it. Why don't you try it? Why don't you try it out? Why don't you let a man
I don't feel like it. I mean, I don't like it. I don't like asparagus. That doesn't mean that eating asparagus is wrong.
You're not going to say it's unnatural because it's the platform. Your platform is agreeing with the homosexual activity.
We don't have a platform.
That's what your platform is doing.
We don't have a platform.
Y'all do got a platform. That's what y'all atheists. It's a platform.
No. I happen to. I mean, to the extent that we're talking about my personal platform, my opinion is that people should be allowed to do what they want that doesn't harm other people.
They can. I agree with that. But just because I agree with it, you know what I'm saying? That don't mean that I can't say, hey, it's unnatural.
So you think it's okay for gay people to keep doing what they're doing, but you just want to let us know that it personally upsets you very much.
No, I didn't say it's I said that the atheists, listen, when I began saying atheist is a platform now.
No, it's not.
For behaviors. It is a platform. Because there's no laws, there's no codes, there's no books in atheism.
Would you like me to introduce you to Charlie the homophobic atheist? Because he's called in a bunch of times and demonstrates that there is no one way to have an opinion about atheism. It's just that most atheists happen to see that there's not that good a reason besides religious jumping to conclusions to be against homosexuality.
Exactly. The majority of atheists, you just said it, you just made my point. The majority of atheists, you know what I'm saying, got a platform. That's what shit, more homosexuals.
That's not called a platform. That's called common sense.
It's called common sense that it's unnatural for two men or two women to be together. And people trying to raise children to think that this is right. It's not nothing natural about it. Tell me something natural about it.
Why do you spend so much time obsessing over what two men or two women are doing?
Tell me something natural about it. Tell me something natural about it.
It's a perfectly natural expression of my sexuality.
No, your feelings. It's a personal natural because you see that's one thing about the human experience. We feel a certain way, so we just do it. You know what I'm saying? We don't have no boundaries on what we do.
Yeah, and there are no boundaries on that because you know why? It doesn't make sense to put any boundaries on what people do when it harms no one.
Tell me why I don't. Because we're social creatures. Tell me why I don't.
You tell me, are you asserting that there's some harm to homosexuality?
Yeah, I'm saying, because we're being social creatures.
What is it?
I'm saying?
What's the harm?
Okay, the harm is when you raising in kids' mind, because I remember when I was a kid, it's nothing, you know what I'm saying, you got an interaction of what's right and what's wrong. You know that, okay, this is a girl. I know that this is a girl. I know it's not right for me to, you know what I'm saying, to play with boys a certain way. I didn't have nobody to tell me that.
We actually both have kids. Jen's is adopted, but I have a kid. Are you trying to tell me you think I never sat down with my son and told him anything about what's right and what's wrong?
That's not what I'm speaking of.
No, that's exactly what you said.
Yeah.
You said atheists don't talk about what's right and wrong.
No. I said, listen, when I was a child, I'm speaking now, when I was a child, I knew that, you know what I'm saying, I'm playing with this boy, playing with this girl, and I knew that, you know what I'm saying, this is the opposite. Even science.
How young a child are you talking? Because when I was a
really
really little kid, I didn't know about or want to know about any of that stuff.
You knew about your private parts and stuff like that. Your parents teach you, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Your private parts when you're young.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you know all the details? Yeah, okay.
No, I didn't know all the details, but you knowing that it's certain things you do and don't do. But see, you're not going to say it because, like I say, once again, you don't want no man to enter your rectum because, you know what I'm saying, you know it's not natural. You know it's not natural.
So
you know it's not natural.
It's because he's straight.
It's because I'm not into it, that's all. No, I don't know it's
Tony,
not natural.
Tony, do you realize that there are lots and lots of gay men who never have anal sex because they're not into it?
I don't know. I don't take no surveys.
And there's lots and lots of straight men who have anal sex all the time because they really dig getting pegged.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Well,
you should get out more.
Now you do. You can't unhear it, I'm afraid.
All I know is that, you know what I'm saying, that the it's an exit only, just like you food. Even though we got.
Did you know? Hey, did you know that there are a lot of men who enjoy having anal sex with women, and women like it too?
No, it's unnatural.
You didn't know that either.
You didn't know that?
Listen,
do you know about oral sex? I mean, can I explain some things to you?
Yeah,
I know, but
you know you can't have babies that way either, right?
No, you can't.
So
no, you can't.
So are you against that too?
No, it's not. Listen, it's not being what's against. I understand we have feelings. You missing the whole point. I'm saying at the end of the day, it's not natural for two men or two women to be together like that. I'm talking about for us, it's not. Opposites attract. That's according to science. You can't.
Why does it happen in the animal kingdom? Is that unnatural?
Once again, the animal kingdom, but we are highly more evolved.
So it's natural then in the animal kingdom.
I'm saying probably to a certain level of degree.
So
there's nothing wrong. Listen, two women can be together, two men can be together. But I'm saying at the end of the day, for a person to say, "Oh, it's all good," and we're gonna raise all our kids to say, "Okay, it's cool to be gay." No, it's not. It's unnatural. But I'm saying that's your lifestyle. You can do it, but it's unnatural. It's unnatural. Because that's the case, Dan, why don't you start trying to do it? Because you're not. You don't want nobody poking you in your
I don't know how many times I need to keep explaining the difference between something being okay and something being not up to personal. Something being up to personal taste. Like how many?
Try it out. You never know.
Right.
You don't have to.
Like it, you try.
You don't actually have to try everything to decide you don't like certain things. That's not how this works.
Right. But see, now the homosexual movement is trying to progress and trying to say that it's just like black people fighting for their rights and this is that. No,
it is.
Like I say,
there's a lot of parallels.
I realize that I'm a white straight guy sitting here, and so it's not really up to me to compare a couple of things. But also, I know a lot of black gay people, and not a lot, but
I'm black. I'm black.
Yeah.
I'm black, and I got gay friends. I'm cool, but they know that once we start sitting down and really getting to the core and the essence, you know what I'm saying? It's not natural, but surely, Jan, your mind gonna tell you it's right because you do it. Your mind gonna tell you it's right because you does it.
So Jen is disqualified from talking about it because she is gay, and I'm probably disqualified from talking about it because I'm not. So
I ain't saying you disqualified, but I'm saying by you accepting it, but you're not wanting to try it. That tells me that, hey, you know what I'm saying? Your mind.
Have you tried letting your wife peg you?
Unnatural. Huh?
Have you tried letting your wife peg you?
No, I wouldn't do because.
Well, how do you know you don't like it?
Because my anus is for exit.
Oh,
It's not for.
Well, how do you know?
I don't want to get too in detail about this guy's sex life. I
This
feel
might
uncomfortable
be,
right now.
you know, this might.
Yeah, you're gonna feel uncomfortable, but you're not gonna try, but you're gonna agree.
Neither
with
are you.
Your fellow cohorts.
You're not trying it either.
You're not trying a whole bunch of things that I hear are pretty fun. Between a man and a woman, strictly.
Yeah, I'm not gonna try because it's unnatural. That's not to be tampered with. That's for exit. That's all that's for.
Okay, you already agreed that it's not unnatural because it happens in the animal kingdom. You said it's natural to a degree. So, I mean, do you want to change the subject to something less sexual, or is this the only thing you would like to talk about?
I'm saying I don't have a problem, and like I say once again, that my belief, I'm in the Nation of Islam. You know what I'm saying? And I believe that God appeared to the person
so you're a Muslim?
Muhammad. Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm saying, and that only means to submit one will to God, which is the higher self. I don't believe in a spoof God out there. I believe that man is God, man higher self, and that's why I'm speaking about homosexuality, because that's in your lower nature. Like once again, you said animals. That's in a person's lower nature to be involved in
animals also breathe and poop and drink water and a lot of other things. I mean, just because an animal does something doesn't automatically mean there's something wrong with it, right?
I'm saying without a doubt in your lower nature.
No. Answer that question. Just because an animal does something doesn't mean that it's got anything to do with some terrible animal nature. So what does natural mean to you?
Natural means the way, just like, for instance, when you eat food, you know what I'm saying, but yet I can give you a feeding tube if you can't eat. It's naturally for you just to eat without a feeding tube. So natural is the core things and how existence made it to be.
Okay, driving in cars, natural or unnatural?
No, it's not necessarily natural. I wouldn't put it
but you don't have a problem with it, right?
No, it's a form of transportation to get us quicker to a destination. That's all.
Yeah, and it's fine, right? So being natural or unnatural has nothing to do with whether an activity is right or wrong, right?
Right. Yeah, I agree with that.
So you must have some other problem with gay people besides whether they're natural or not, because I think we've just agreed almost that just doesn't enter the discussion at all.
Right. So, but I'm saying, where you get this, I don't have no problems. I got people that I'm cool with that are gay. You know what I'm saying? That I have no problems with. Matter of fact, I was forced over a decade of incarceration dealing with people with homosexual activities, and I have no problem. I know some homosexuals that are more straight up than regular so-called guys. But that's not.
Well, but clearly, you do have a problem with it.
No, that's not now, because I talked to many homosexuals and they agree, except the ones who are bottled up to say, hey, because this is my lifestyle, it's righteous. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, I don't have no problem, but to sit up here to say that, okay, like I say, once again, we always just.
If you don't have a problem with it, then why did you call?
Yeah.
Okay, because I made the statement once again that atheism has no code, no laws, no rules.
Well, you didn't answer my question.
So neither does theism. Listen, neither does theism. No, theism doesn't. You don't understand the difference between atheism and theism, and why those are different than specific religions. Neither theism nor atheism contain any elements of a worldview. Okay, you can't construct some kind of worldview out of either of those. What you can do is look at some other aspects and bring in things like, for example, Islam. That will give you some elements of a worldview. Okay, secular humanism informs my worldview. So there are ways of getting a worldview out of this that don't involve a God, but straight up atheism doesn't give you the framework for that. Nor have we ever claimed that it did. In fact, we've been very explicit about saying that is not a worldview.
Sure.
So you're approaching this from an incorrect perspective already.
I got a question.
Yeah.
I mean, I was just wondering, like, I don't like to go here because I don't want to paint with a broad brush or anything. You're Muslim and you sound like a perfectly nice guy. What do you feel? What are your feelings about honor killing?
Honor killings.
Yeah,
Well,
you haven't heard
I'm
about
saying-
that? Like, I think just earlier this week there was a female blogger who was sort of a pop culture social media star, and she got murdered by her brother, who was he claimed following the Islamic faith. I guess because he thought she was a slut. I mean, I can't remember the details. Are you okay with that?
Well, it's each society and culture has their different levels and degrees on how.
Okay, so it's not just the religion; it's also the cultural aspect.
Okay, yeah. If I'm finished, I'm trying to make a comparison.
Right, but I mean, do you understand that we atheists are also part of, ingrained in a culture as well as just the part where we don't believe in God? Like,
yeah. That's what.
Yeah.
That's what I mean about the platform. The culture.
Well, no, that's not what I mean, because we're all part, like you, we're part of Western civilization that has certain, that follows certain principles, like, if you kill somebody, then you're going to wind up going to jail. And there are people who take Islam seriously in, like certain, through certain interpretations that I hope you don't, and see it as the logical conclusion that that they should kill women who get a little too loose with their sexuality. But you're not okay with that.
But I'm saying you if you give me a second to make my point.
Okay.
My point is this: whenever you living in a particular culture and there's certain rules, you must abide by them rules. Them rules are there and put in place because the ruling class said for a reason.
And we do, even though we're atheists. You know that, right?
Now, right? Okay, yeah. But in this instance, if it's telling you that, you can't violate and do certain things, here's all the punishments. You know what I'm saying? So you must.
Popular opinion is actually against you for homosexuality. So I mean, the culture isn't actually with you on this one anymore.
And the law is against you as well.
Right.
Listen. It's plenty of people. It's even different homosexuals. You know what I'm saying? That would agree and say, yeah, okay, it's unnatural. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there are self-loathing people in every group. And all I can do is say I have sympathy for them. I get that they were indoctrinated to believe that there's something horrible about themselves, but part of our message here is there's nothing inherently horrible about human expression of love, regardless of what form it takes. I didn't say it was nothing
horrible. I didn't say it was nothing horrible. You putting words in my mouth.
No, you're the one who's saying. You're the one who's saying that you've.
Unnatural.
Yes, I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying.
Back to that again.
And here's what I'm saying. You're claiming that it's unnatural. You haven't backed that up. Popular opinion. No. You haven't. You've just made it. You've made an assertion, and in fact. You're committing what's known as the naturalistic fallacy. You claim that there is something out there that you've defined as natural, therefore it's good, and anything else is unnatural and therefore not good. So that's a naturalistic fallacy. And in fact, I wanted to point you to a show that Tracy and I did back in 2010. It's in the archive. It's number 644, and the title of it is The Naturalistic Fallacy. And I talk about this very issue and why you're completely wrong about why this is unnatural. Because it's not any more unnatural than being left-handed. Okay? So just because there's
what your science to back this up at?
I actually
back it up?
I actually give citations in that show. So
no, I'm talking about right now. What is your science right now to back up that homosexuality is not unnatural, but it's natural? Where's your science? Where's these scientists that took experiment from the brain that says that it's natural for two women or two men to be together? That it's in the DNA.
You know,
you can't get no information like that. It's because you're feeling a certain way.
Are you familiar with something called the DSM-4?
No.
Okay. Yeah, DSM-4. It's actually a real thing. You should look it up. Homosexuality has not been defined as something, a mental illness or anything in probably close to 50 years now.
That is a list of mental disorders.
Yes.
That is used
Homosexuality
by
is not an illness.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with being gay. So there's that. And since then, there's been a ton of other information and other research that's been done on gay people in particular and straight people. And like I said, if you go to the archive and you watch that show, the Naturalistic Fallacy, it's episode number 644 from 2010. And it actually lists some research that talks about this.
Yeah. So why is a person gay then?
There's probably a genetic basis to it. In fact, the research indicates...
Now you said probably. There's no facts. You got no facts. It's just
do you understand genetics? No, of course you don't understand genetics. You understand genetics confers only potential. So... even if somebody inherits a gene for something, say some kind of metabolic disorder, it doesn't mean they're going to have that, the consequences of that, as long as we understand what the metabolic disorder is and we take appropriate precautions when they're an infant. There's one called PKU, and if we know ahead of time, we can restrict a certain amino acid, and all of the consequences of that never manifest. Okay, so genes confer only potential. There's lots of other things that affect something as complex as sexual behavior. And it's not something that you could boil down to as, well, you inherited this gene, therefore you're gay. That's not how it works. Incidentally, that's not how left-handedness works either.
So maybe how it works is that a person saying, "Hey, I can do whatever I want to do. It's no rules. I'm just going to be in life."
That's actually, that never went through my mind. And in fact, I don't know of a single gay person who ever had that thought process when they were figuring out that they were gay.
Right.
Look, Tony, we've been talking to you since the beginning of the show. It's been over a half hour, and I want to say I've had fun talking to you, and you're welcome to call back again sometime. But we're going to go on to other callers.
I appreciate both of y'all. I appreciate both of y'all.
Thanks, Tony.
Okay, bye.
See ya.